Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to NIPS Home School. I hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. This is Kamrun, Assistant Teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School, Day Shift. My dear students of class 5, today I am going to take your Bangladesh and Global Studies class, and our today's topic is lesson or topic 3 and 4 from chapter 2. So all of you can take your Bangladesh and Global Studies books. So let's start the class today. Now dear students, we will discuss page number 18, 19, 20 and 21 from this chapter. So this is lesson 3, the Sepoy Mutiny 1857. So let's read. There were several attempts of mutiny against East India Company throughout the 19th century. So there were several mutiny or attempts or movements against the East India Company throughout the 19th century, and such an attempt was taken by Titamir, who built a bamboo fort near Barasat in the village of Narkalbaria to resist the British. So it's very important. Now look, Titamir was the first person who led a movement against the British government, and he built a bamboo fort near Barasat, which was in the village of Narkalbaria to resist the British. Now look, there is a picture of the bamboo fort of Titamir, and however in 1831 his troops in the village of Narkalbaria were defeated by the British army and Titamir was killed. So Titamir was killed. Titamir and his troops was killed by the British army in his village because they were defeated in the battle against the British, and this mutiny was not quite successful. But there was another mutiny which was known as the Sepoy Mutiny, which was it was quite successful against the British army, and it was happened in the 1857. Okay, let's see. The significance of Sepoy Mutiny of 1857 was quite high. It was started in West Bengal by Mangal Pandey in Barakpur and later spread to the rest of India. So Mangal Pandey was the leader of that Sepoy Mutiny. He led the Sepoy Mutiny, which was very significant in the history of the Indian subcontinent. Because of this mutiny, people of the subcontinent inspired to raise their voice against British East India Company. And now look, we will know about the causes of the mutiny. And dear students, now look, in your book there are two spelling of Mangal Pandey. Now look, M-O-N-G-O-L Mangal, P-A-N-D-E-Y Mangal Pandey, and there is another one, M-A-N-G-A-L Mangal, P-A-N-D-E-Y. We will follow this one. You will follow this Mangal Pandey. This one is correct. You will not follow this one. There are two Mangal Pandey in your book. One is M-O-L-G-O-L and another one is M-A-N-G-A-L Mangal Pandey. So this one is not correct. You will follow this one, Mangal Pandey. Okay, dear students. Now look, the mutiny started in the West Bengal and it was in 1857. We will remember this date, this year, and then it was spread to the rest of India. At first it was started in West Bengal by Mangal Pandey, which was in Barakpur. It was started in Barakpur of West Bengal, then it spread to the rest of India. And now we will know the causes of the Sepoy Mutiny. There were some causes of the Sepoy Mutiny, and now look, the first one, the post of constables in British Indian Army was dominated by the Indians. While the number was 50,000 of the British, it was 3 lakh for the Indians. So the number was high. The number of the Indian soldiers was high in the British Indian Army, but still the higher position, the high rank of the British Indian Army always given to the British people. That means there was a discrimination between the British and the Indian Army. Next one, for several reasons there was chaos and social indisciplines among the soldiers of different areas of India. So because of the discrimination there were several chaos and social indiscipline among the soldiers, and it is another causes of the Sepoy mutiny. The soldiers were directed to work outside India after 1856. So the soldiers were directed outside of India to work, but on that time there were some religious issues that they don't want to, especially the Hindu soldiers don't want to go outside of the India to work, and that's why they become restless. And now look, next one, number 4. There was rumor about the use of tallow from beef and pork to make the cartridges for cannons and guns. Their cartridges were used in Indian army. It sparked religious restlessness to both Hindus and Muslims, and we all know that beef is forbidden for Hindus and pork is forbidden for Muslims. So there was a religious restlessness to both Hindus and Muslim soldiers of British Indian Army. The Sepoy mutiny was supported by mass people, so they got themselves involved in this mutiny. The British took stern steps, that means very strong steps against it. Nearly 1 lakh Indians were killed to control this mutiny. So British killed almost 1 lakh soldiers to control this mutiny. And dear students, these 5 points is very important. Most of the time the causes of the mutiny came to the exam and came to your exam. So you will learn those causes of the Sepoy mutiny. Then what happened because of this mutiny? The rule by the East India Company was now replaced by Queen Victoria and becoming Empress of India. She started governing India freely. So because of this Sepoy mutiny, company rule ended, and then India was ruled by Queen Victoria freely. So this is the result of Sepoy mutiny. Because of the Sepoy mutiny, company rule ended after 100 years. Now we will go to next page. Now look, there is a picture of the memorial of the Sepoy mutiny, and it was built in 1957 at Bahadur Shah Park in Dhaka. So this is the place where the rebel Bengali sepoys were executed, that means they were killed in this place. That's why in the memory of those executed Bengali rebel or the soldiers, this memorial was built in the Bahadur Shah Park. Now we will go to next page. Further resistance. Now look, resistance to British rule continued through the 20th century. So resistance to British still continued through the 20th century. It was not stopped after the Sepoy mutiny. The spirit of patriotism increased due to the spread of education and the Renaissance movement. So the Bengal Renaissance has a great impact in the mind of the people of this subcontinent. Because of this movement, Renaissance movement or the spread of the education, people become patriotic. And in 1885, the Indian National Congress Party was formed. So Indian Congress National Party was formed in 1885. Remember this year. The British were worried about the power of nationalist feeling, and in 1905 they decided to divide Bengal province. So in 1905 they decided to Bengal province because the British became worried about the increasing power of the people of the Bengal, and this is called the Partition of Bengal. So this division is called the Partition of Bengal. That means the British decided to divide Bengal in 2 parts, and the new East Bengal was formed including Assam. So Assam is including in this part. It was included in East Bengal, but resistance was intense. So in 1911 the division of Bengal was annulled. So the people of this subcontinent raised their voice against this decision, and and the resistance was so powerful that the British government forced to withdraw their decision. That means in 1911 the division was annulled or stopped. They withdraw their decision. They withdraw this decision because the resistance was intense and the people did not accept it cordially. That means they went against it. And the next, there are 3 steps. Now we will go to the next step, that is the second step of this resistance. The next stage of political resistance was the formation of the All Indian Muslim League Party in 1906. So in 1906, another party was formed, and it was All Indian Muslim League Party. In Bengal, the most serious revolts were the Swaraj, Ashohayok and Armed Youth movements. So there are other 3 movements which are very important except the Sepoy Mutiny. And what are they? Swaraj, Ashohayok and Armed Youth movements. Now look, there are 3 other movements. Pictures of the 3 martyrs who lost their lives are shown below. Now look, this is Khudiram Basu, Pritilata Wadadar, and this is Mastada Surya Sen. So they sacrificed their life in those movements. The sacrifice of Khudiram, Pritilata Wadadar and Mastada Surya Sen against the British rule is ever remarkable. Many Indian heroes fought in favor of the British in the Third World War. It is not Third World War, it will be Second World War. It will be Second World War. I repeat, it will be Second World War. However, it did not stop the movement against the British. The movement for independence of the Indians continued. So the movements continued. That means now the people become determined to free their country. And now we will go to the third stage, and this is the last stage. The third stage was political resistance led by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and Shere Bangla A.K. Fazlul Haq. So there are 2 leaders in the third stage. One is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose and another one is Shere Bangla A.K. Fazlul Haq. And they lead the 2 political parties, Indian National Congress Party and All Indian Muslim League Party. Now meanwhile, nationalist feeling was fueled by the poetry, music and literature of Rabindranath Tagore, Kazi Nazrul Islam, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay and Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay. That means the work of those great people had a great influence in the movement, in the movements against the British rule. Now look, their poetry, their literature or their music influenced the people to raise their voice against the British government. That means they influenced the people. They awakened the nationalist feelings among the common people, and that's why the common people came forward and they involved them in different movements against the British government. So, and at this time, Begum Rokeya, the pioneer of women awakening. So, Begum Rokeya is considered the pioneer of the women awakening, and she played a very great role in spreading the girls' education. Finally, in 1947, India gained its independence from Britain. So, in 1947, India gained its independence from Britain, and India and Pakistan were created as 2 separate states. So, there were 2 separate states, one is India and another one is Pakistan, and on the time there was no Bangladesh. There are only 2 countries, one is India and another one is Pakistan, and Pakistan was divided into 2 parts, one is East and another one is West. We all know that we are the part of which Pakistan? East Pakistan. Now we will go to the next page. Now look, there is a picture of Rabindranath Tagore, Kazi Nazrul Islam and Begum Rokeya, and this is important. You can give a tick mark. Now look, these 3 people contributed greatly to Bengali culture in the Bengali Renaissance. Now look, these 3 people had a great contribution in the development of our Bengali culture: Rabindranath Tagore, Kazi Nazrul Islam and Begum Rokeya. So the question might come, write the name of 2 people or 3 people who has a great contribution to the Bengali culture or to the Bengali or Bengal Renaissance. So dear students, now look, there is a homework. This is homework number 6, and you will you will make 6 fill in the blanks from these two topics, topic 3 and topic 4. At first all of you will go through topic 3 and topic 4 from chapter 2, and then you will make 6 fill in the blanks by yourself. So dear students, that's all for today. I hope you have understood about today's topic. All of you will do your homework and you will submit it on every Saturday from 9 AM to 3 PM. So dear students, all of you stay safe and listen to your parents. See you again. Allah Hafiz.